All right, so now you are all running towards this point that Robin mentioned. It appears that he is leading you towards a different corner of the city, not Todd's Whiskey, not anywhere near the road that leads to the alchemist shop, not anywhere near anywhere else. It appears to be an untouched corner of the city that you guys have never actually been to. It seems more of a residential area than anything. A lot of apartment buildings line the streets, a couple of parks here and there, but seeing as how the current situation is, you can tell that there used to be parks here and there. Now you just see broken slabs of concrete with hoops and other playground equipment nearby. Just everything seems to be kind of in shambles. The slides are broken, guys. Not the slides. No.
Extra slides are broken at the park.
Breaking news. Extra slides broken at the park where World War III ensues. I mean, you're not supposed to know that. I'm not the narrator secretly in disguise as this little Timmy character.
How many world wars has Errf had?
2. Because
imagine that.
Yeah, because 3 is next. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Anyway,
so you guys run by these residential areas. You run past a few of the apartments until you reach somewhere near a bit of a cul-de-sac, and really just kind of like an empty street that just kind of it's like where a cul-de-sac would be. You just come up to a street that's just kind of like in a direction, and it just kind of stops.
Wow, what a pointless street.
Yeah, it appears to just be a street and a slab of concrete that's, in the shape of a circle. No houses, no grass planted anywhere, no trees, nothing. Just a really big kind of like letter I. Anyway, so at this point, Robin looks back at the lot of you and says, because you've all been running for quite a while, so you're all panting and, maybe some light sweat across your brows, but nothing you guys haven't been through before.
Sweat?
Probably. Maybe. A bunch of weeps. You need to have the strength of 1,000 suns in your thighs.
What constitution modifier do we need to not be sweaty? I'm tired.
7.
7?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Can I roll a saving throw against sweat?
Ugh.
If you really want to.
But birds don't sweat.
Well, we're also cats. You gotta remember.
Yeah, your brow might not be sweaty, but your butt is.
Oh, no.
Prestidigitation is clean off the sweat.
Yes, please.
Then why are you rolling a save then?
To check for sweat in the first place.
It's like the soup store. It's like the soup store with you. Why are you even rolling?
It's just soup.
Go to the next aisle.
There's more soup.
What do you mean there's more soup? Okay, stop. Okay, so Sky, you do appear to have gotten quite a bit damp. It seems that you're more like a sponge right now. You're just you're fuzzy, but you're also kind of like got a little bit of moisture in you. Down, it appears that your legs and like calves in that area seem to be a little little sweaty.
Gross. You guys are gross.
Yeah, you guys are gross. Everyone else that didn't even have to roll, they automatically succeeded. They didn't even get any sweat.
I was flying above the sweat. That's how that works, right?
Don't you know how sweat works anyway?
I was working with a magic water globe thing. I'm not sweaty.
Yeah. If anything, he's wet.
Yep. It's true.
Yeah, so Robin turns back to the Laudia and says, we wait here for Master Tarragon. Open the portal. He takes a moment to sit down and brings a hand to his chest. Like he can feel his heartbeat, like rapidly beating, just like pounding in his chest.
What was it? What was it that Tarragon went to do?
He went to go get Allie because she was not with you all.
Just Allie, none of the other students.
Just Allie.
Just Allie.
Yeah, just Allie.
he pops into there. It's like, all right, Allie, come with me. The rest of you, good luck. Bye.
All the rest of his assistants.
Hold down the fort.
Wait, Galarian, you didn't rescue all your little mice friends. They're gonna die.
No. Wait, what about her ice sprites? Are those still around?
They're in her floof.
Yeah, they're in her floof, but more importantly, they're either rat and mice friends. They're gonna die. You didn't go back to the Galarian.
It was all according to the ice sprites plan. They weren't going to get replaced.
I trust them to be able to find a safe spot. They have that animal instinct.
Yeah, they got that.
As they burn.
No. They don't burn. Now, however, the little boy says, extra. We're a local rat and mice cast in local Shrek movie. You remember the first one where he cooked some rats over a fire? Yeah, that's where they ended up.
Oh.
So my theory is when we left and we had to leave the mice behind, the ice sprites secretly snuck back out, went to the mice, and dealt with them.
Dealt with them?
Yeah, that is putting it lightly.
Slaughtered them all. They're supposed to keep the reindeer clean, right? Well, mice are filthy animals.
That is their way of doing it.
Wow, I'm so shocked, Galarian. The kaiju had, the accuracy to just eat all of the rats and nothing else.
It just picked up a handful of ground, hoping there were mice on it. Just ate it.
Yes, I feel it necessary to remind people who play reindeer characters about the ice sprites. I wish people would do the same for me.
Well, I'm not in your campaign anymore, so...
Suddenly, Jack jumps in.
Hey, I'm back.
What?
Don't forget about your ice sprites in your campaign.
Remind me on Sunday.
Hey, we heard you like ice sprites, so we put ice sprites on your ice sprites so you can have ice sprites.
I used my ice sprite in the last session.
Everyone watching, make sure to tune in Sunday so you can spam PM Atheus.
Yes, please do this. Midnight, make sure you have the episode up in time for people to get this notice.
Anyway, so after a few moments of just everyone just meandering around just a little bit. Wait, no, meandering is actually walking around, standing around a few tense moments of just watching this monster just destroy more and more of the city and hearing the shrieks of the citizens hoping that they were getting away safely. You actually see on the horizon some airships take off away from the monster. You see you see that they actually managed to get to the airships, and that the monster did not, destroy him. So that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. So you see four airships take off into the distance, into the air. As you can also see that there are still plenty of citizens running around the town.
Aimlessly,
obviously. But it's actually, you can actually see all this because this part of the city is a bit higher higher up than the rest of the city. It's 420 Street, so you can easily overlook everything. Get it? Because 420 higher.
Funny joke.
Funny joke.
That was 3 days ago. You missed the mark.
So after about a minute, you hear another shoot as not only Balthazar comes back. It appears that he is holding a sheep in his arms, an alley, who is holding onto a comically large-sized pot that is containing Toby. A comically large-sized Toby in it. By the way, did you guys do your homework? Did you watch that video? If you didn't, you lose your feet. All right.
I would, but I don't think it's pinned.
I didn't pin it.
Well, we'll just have to repost it. With the correct timestamp this time.
All right. We'll do it. You'll have to watch it by next session, or else you lose your feet. Both your feet, as in your ability with an A, EAT, and your feet, as in the things at the end of your legs.
No, but I use those. All of them.
Yeah. Anyway, so you all return they all return, and I guess Master Balthazar? Sure, Balthazar.
Mr.
Balthazar, quickly runs over to Robin as he also brings with him a mirror. However, it is a hand-sized mirror, like one that's just kind of a handle in a tiny circle.
Don't we have to fit through that?
Yeah. Yes. Don't worry. I've got it covered. As he turns the mirror around and presses what appears to be a small, dent in it, causing the mirror to slowly start to expand until it becomes that full-size mirror. You remember the ones that you guys went through? It becomes that around that size. There we go.
Convenient.
I was afraid of being stuffed in there.
Wait, what was that? Sorry?
I was afraid of being stuffed in there.
Don't worry about it. All right, Robin, the vial. Now. Hey. Wait, I think I just made them both Irish. Damn it. Aye. Oi, you Loch Ness monster. Hey. Anyway, Robin gets to setting up the water that he pours over the mirror. Quickly now, as you all can see this. Actually, everyone make me a perception check. Everyone make me a perception check. And I'm gonna need those.
A natural 20.
Unnatural 21. Beat that. Natural. No, wait, no. That's 14.
Oh.
Unnatural 21.
I'm rolling the worst perception? What is this?
That actually is interesting.
Yeah. All right. Not Sky. Micaiah, there you go. Hey, see, you didn't roll the worst perception.
But I'm supposed to be the perceptor.
Yeah, well, dice rolls don't support that. Anyway,
No.
So you all can see that, except for Galarian, it's a little hard to make out for you. However, everyone else sees in the distance. That the giant monster seems to have turned his head in your direction. And what's more, hold on, let's see. What did you guys get again? Let's see. All right, so, and only Sky, Down, and Arya see this particular thing. You three see that there appears to be some kind of light emanating from its mouth as it opens it up in your direction. It appears to grow in size and is still growing as Robin and Balthazar are preparing the mirror. Also, so you three roll me insight checks, actually. So, actually, hold on. Insight or history? You guys' choice. Wow. Wow.
Why even give me good perception if you're just gonna do that?
All right. So, okay, so down, just because you now won doesn't mean you failed. You just don't know what exactly this thing that it's doing. So Arya and Sky, you both can. Arya, you can tell with your insight that it does not seem like it's gonna be a good time. You're gonna have a bad time. Glowy blue eye. No.
Oh no.
No, you can tell that it is not something that's going to be good. It appears to be preparing for something. It appears to be charging something up.
Are its spines glowing?
No, Sky, not yet. Sky, you can also tell the exact same thing. It appears to be charging something up. However, you know it because you've spent some time, at lasers. I didn't want to say it now, but technically you're in the future. No, but you can also tell that it is charging up an attack, perhaps from seeing other creatures do the same thing. Mini Godzillas, dinosaurs.
Or dragons.
Or dragons, like Longma. Yeah, with their flame breath. So, in any case, you can identify, you and Arya can identify that it is starting something up, and that it is not going to be a good time once it reaches you. So, you might want to make that heard.
You may want to hurry up.
We're going as fast as we can.
Oh no.
This thing takes time.
As in, that thing might kill us soon.
So Balthazar and Robin both take a look over at
She was pointing up to it.
Yeah, they both take a look over at the monster and see that, oh, it is doing something. Essentially what Glenn posted. And they see, work faster. Die! Yeah, crap. I made it. They're both Irish, whatever. Forget it. Keep going. Roll with it. They're both Irish. So they appear to be working faster at mixing this chemical that they put over the mirror, and within about 5 seconds flat, not even 20. That's too slow. 5 seconds, they appear to be ready and start pouring the water over the mirror. Where that is when you start to really see the monster start charging its laser. It appears it's clear to everyone that it is charging something. It is going to be big. You can tell because now the Earth is trembling as he is charging this thing up. Yeah, so there are tremors slowly starting to build in power at your feet. You can all feel it. Robin and Balthazar both get a little impatient and just, take their hands, well, one scaly hand and one talony hand, and just kind of, soak their hands in the on the mirror and start to, just kind of wipe it, down like a baby wipe. Just kind of start wiping it down all the way to the bottom so that it gets there faster. Until finally you can see that an opening, or the portal opens up to another city somewhere on the outskirts of a different town. But before any of you get a real good look at it, both Robin and Balthazar just aim their hands inward and say, "Go!" Guinness and his family are the first ones to run in, as they were the first, not the first, they were the closest to the mirror. So Guinness goes in first, Mrs. Guinness goes in second. So they were carrying their children, so they both as well go in.
Chuck little Timmy through there next.
Well,
Extra! 10 points!
Woo!
extra, reload.
Makai's gonna go in next.
Then Arya.
Donna's gonna wait until the rest of her party's through before she goes through herself.
All right. So, Glenn. Wait, no, Glenn. You went first, didn't you? I forget.
No, but I'll go next.
Okay, so you're next, Glenn. You go in.
Yes.
All right. So now it's just Sky and Down. So Sky finally tears off her mask and reveals that it was her, Dio, all along.
Oh no.
Dun dun dun.
What a twist!
What a twist! No, I'm just kidding. No, but since you two are the very last ones here, along with Balthazar and Robin, you both can feel the energy coming from this thing as it starts to fire this massive beam of light at you. You can actually see that its back scales, or the scales along its back and tail, do in fact begin to glow as it fires its laser. Or I mean, this light beam. It is slowly approaching you guys' direction. Are you sure you want to hang around, Down? You might want to just jump in.
Is Sky through yet?
Sky?
Down is going to try to kind of push Sky a little bit.
Sky?
You first. No, you first. No, you first.
Sky, how do
Ladies first, age before beauty.
Sky, how do react to the beam heading in your direction and, imminent death probably
Slow
coming
motion.
in?
All fun things. Oh no.
All right, so at that, both Robin and Balthazar just kind of grab you by one of the arms, each your left and your right, and just kind of chuck you through.
Wow, strong.
Get in! They yell at you, Down.
Well, yeah, in that case, he's going to rush in.
All right, you jump in, and at the last moment, both Robin and Balthazar jump in as the portal closes. And little aftermath scene, the beam appears to just go over you guys, like that thing where it's like the laser beam that kind of like it hits the earth, and then like a second later it explodes. That kind of effect. It does that. So like everything from the monster leading up to your position to a little further, like the laser hits it, and then like a second later, it just blows up in a trail leading towards that area. So kind of sound thing.
Good sounds.
All right. So do you guys know the Doctor Who intro with TARDIS just kind of going through the vortex? Well, that's kind of you guys right now. It is
Except it's rainbow colored.
Except it's rainbow colors. No, but it appears that this trip is a little different than your last one, as you guys you can actually see the in between of your destination and your point of origin. You see that it looks like it appears to be like one giant mirror to behind you and one giant mirror in front of you. However, the road there appears to be this just giant vortex that is just kind of like flinging you around, whereas your last trip was kind of seamless in transition. This one appears to be more of a trip than anything. Road trip! Woo! Ride those waves, man! You cowabunga, bruh! You see a tan-skinned humanoid with blonde hair riding on a surfboard close by you guys, not even seeming to be phased by the vortex. And
Dude!
Yo, shaka, bruh!
Righteous.
Righteousness!
As he goes surfing off into the
distance.
Yet another side effect of the Chaos Storm.
Anyways, after about a full minute of just being flung around in this place, weird because, your last one didn't even seem like it took any time. Then again, you weren't flung through a vortex last time. Yeah, after about a full minute, it seems that you guys end up on the other side of the portal. You're actually not, stepping through the portal. You're actually legitimately flung through it, like as if you were falling sideways and, you finally fell through the mirror and normal gravity pulls you down.
Acrobatics checks?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
To
do
not-
it again. Come on,
to not
let's
get
make
hurt.
those poses.
Well, I mean, you're still like a foot off the ground. It's not like you're flung into the air.
No, I thought we were like moving at a higher velocity than normal.
Well, you are. You're just going to be flung into the ground. It's not like you're going to take damage.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
but you gotta roll with the
Yeah.
rolls.
We gotta roll to land on our feet.
Roll with the
Yeah.
thunder.
All right. If you want to roll to try and land on your feet, give me an acrobatics check.
Come on,
Woo.
we gotta be
And
Rams here.
if you don't meet it, or if you choose not to roll it, you just land like on your stomach, like in a pile.
Five.
You don't need to label what your role is if I only give you one choice, man.
Acrobatics.
No, it's important.
That's only if I give you the choice of more than one. Anyway.
What if I decided to roll something else?
Well,
Yeah,
then
I rolled a
call you
dexterity
bullshit.
saving throw. Or are we
Well,
doing something
then I'd
else?
call you bullshit. Because I know everything. I know every number in your character sheet.
Oh.
Anyway, so going down the list, Glenn. Glenn, with your 17, you instinctively maybe unfurled your wings to try and get some balance. You easily didn't fall flat on your stomach.
Tuck
And
and roll.
actually you easily made it off to the side. Down you skid to your stop on your stomach. However, you did do a push-up position, arms out first, so you didn't get any damage. It's fine, but you're still on your stomach right now. Arya, 12. You did make it. I only made it a DC 10. You did make it, and you did in fact make it. I don't know. How did you not land on down? Did you like?
They did an acrobatics check to see if they didn't like milk the landing.
No,
Gliding a bit and landing in front of them because that
All right.
previous incident kind of reminded her to mind that.
All right, so you instinctively unfurled your wings a little bit and glided to a stop instead of like down, skidding across the ground. Sky, you had a bit of a more elegant fall, but you still ended up falling in a pile down. You're actually on top of down right now. You're kind of like doing the crisscross thing, where it's like you're perpendicular to each other.
Karma.
I'll just say Micaiah fell flat on her face.
All right, so
Splat.
you're in the pile as well, Micaiah. Imagine the letter X. Now imagine the line going straight up and down. That's the position that your bodies are in. So Micaiah, you're on top. Sky, you're in the middle, and down, you're at the base of this.
We're playing Jenga, but with ungulates and predators.
I pull out the one from the bottom.
So
The tower
Sky,
comes crashing down.
charisma save to play off the fall. No, you just flop on down. That's it.
Everybody do the flop.
Sky
Everybody
is
do the
flat.
flop.
It's not very effective.
All right.
Roll acrobatics to flop.
No, you already flopped. You don't need to roll the flop.
No, I anti-flopped.
No, that's what. Oh wait, you want to? I was talking about the ones that were already, flopped. I didn't think that you wanted to join them.
I'm feeling left out, okay?
All right, fine. So
Anyway.
you
No. Carry
no,
on.
Stop, not Mackay. Stop, Sky. Stop. So yeah, everybody else, the other NPCs make it out relatively all right. They were already on the side before you guys came in. except for Robin and Balthazar, who came in after you, who made perfect landings because rolls. So you three. What's going on with you three? Down, you got 2 ungulates on top of you. Sky, you got 1 on top of you. Micaiah, you've got 2 ungulates below you. What do you three? I don't
So
know.
many ungulates.
How do you three get out of that pile? Do you say anything to each other?
Who's not in that pile?
Ungulates. Whoa,
Arya
whoa.
and Glenn, you two aren't on the pile. You saved.
Who and Glenn?
Arya.
Okay, everyone was talking.
All right.
Micaiah is gonna like rub her head a bit after taking a bit of a nasty fall like that. She's gonna look down at them and start apologizing and hop off like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll do anything to make it up. Anything.
I would do anything for love, but I won't do
that.
All right. So Micaiah hops off, starts apologizing. Sky tries to act like nothing happened and just stands up off of down and just, I guess you walk to the side, right?
Her poker face is perfect because you can't see her eyes.
Exactly. Yeah, and so down, you're just on the floor.
Down is gonna get up. She's gonna kind of, brush her shoulder a little bit.
All right. Oh, she was down for the count. We were at 9. We were at 9, so close. It looks like she still got some fight in her left. All right, give me a minute to get my locations again. I forget what this town was called.
Oh, well, that's perfect timing for me to say. Oh, so where are we?
Doesn't look familiar to me.
I haven't even been on this side of the world before.
All the more reason.
To what?
It looks like there's a city in the distance there.
Which one? The burning one with the monster in it, or the other one?
Both. I mean, one of them won't be a city for long, but...
All right, so guys...
It's okay, though, because Todd's Whiskey will rebuild itself.
And they'll rebuild around that.
Todd's Whiskey is the city.
Todd's Whiskey will become Todd's Tavern, and then it will be an outpost.
As long as it's there.
And you can fast travel there if you have a fast travel pass.
Oh, good.
I don't know. I might actually do that. I don't know. Maybe. Just if you need to get to the seaside again.
Fast travel.
Yeah. So, okay, I got it, guys. You guys appear to be outside of the city that looks very, very bleak. It's got a very gray, muted gray, brown, like orange, very stonework looky city. It appears very, very bleak and doesn't have many distinguishing buildings other than the taller skyscrapers that are sprinkled about the city. Otherwise, all the city looks about relatively like 1-story, 2-story buildings, nothing very tall. But the skyscrapers that are distinguishable from the rest appear to have big signs aboard them saying exactly what they are. It's very industrial-looking city. A lot of mortar and brick you can tell has been used on this city to make it. It appears that you are outside its borders. You are roughly maybe about 20 minutes walk away from it, from where you are. You're on a what's called. You're on the crest of a hill overlooking one of the sides of the city. Where you guys are at. You're looking at one side of it. However, you can tell that it's got the ocean on the other side of it. It appears that this is another coastal town. It appears that it's another coastal town, just not in the same place of where you guys used to be. Bryn.
Coast to coast.
Wow. Looks like this place has never heard of the word color.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on, I'm getting something. I gotta get even more organized. I forgot what the hell this place was, what it had in it.
Clearly, to add some color, I should go around and cast a dissertation on everything.
Yeah, which only
Too bad it only lasts. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's it called? So Master Balthazar chimes in and says, "This is the city. This is the city of Tovo. It's on the opposite end of the country."
We did travel from coast to coast.
Yeah, you were on the west coast, and now you're on the east coast. So imagine if you went from California to Florida, and that's kind of like what you did.
Your
Can I have a mirror like that, please?
portal can go that far?
Like in real life, can I have a mirror like that?
No,
Damn it.
not unless you fly by airplane, and a minute stretches out to like however long it takes to get there.
Very long time.
Some hours.
Some determined amount of hours that I do not know because I never bothered to look it up.
I have. It's a long time.
It's not. It's less than a day, so you're fine.
Shut up.
All right. So, Master Balthazar seems like he'd very much like to get into the city. He lets you all know as such, and he says, "We should head inside. We need to give word. We need to make a. We need to get word. There we go. We must get word to the
We
council.
must get word to the Jarl.
You must get word to the Jarl that Bryn is in trouble, and he needs help, and of the situation. Yeah, and the situation. Everyone, to Tovo." And he starts
Totovo.
walking.
Totovo.
To Tovo.
Okay, how's that spelled? Tovo.
How did I write it? Yes, that's exactly how it is. Tovo. Tovo.
Tovo. Glenn passed her linguistics check.
Toby.
Toby.
Oh no.
Tovo.
Tovo.
No, not Helgen.
Helgen's gone.
Again.
I don't know what that is.
Helgen.
Oh no.
Got burned down.
Worse, Tasha.
Oh no. I'm sure she made it out.
In the distance, burning.
In the distance.
That sounds hideous. She's gonna laugh Godzilla out of the city.
Anyway,
She breaks a bottle. Get out of my city.
Get out of my city.
And it runs.
Get out of my town.
but now is going to ask Tarragon again. Or wait. Never mind.
Balthazar, because he's in Dragonborn form.
Yes,
the guy.
important. But your mirror portal can go that far?
Yes. Oh, it's not without its limits. It can go from one end of the world to the next. However, it does require a large amount of energy. For right now, I'm very weak. I'm going Irish again. But I can.
His accent
Yeah.
changes depending on how much energy he has.
Yeah, it's like Goku and his hair color.
How much power does he have left?
Virginia, what does it say on the power?
Virginia.
It's
Virginia.
Irish.
The day he starts talking country, we know we're all doomed.
Virginia. He's got about 17 ninth level spell slots left.
Well then.
Yeah. Oh, shit, I forgot. Damn it. I keep forgetting until I, actually go and get the thing. So here's how the city of Tovo looks like. I forgot to mention, it's kind of like covered in all this fog and, this steam, and it's very metallic. It's very industrial looking. It's got a lot of buildings. However, it's like it's very, I would say, dwarf in design because a lot of metal and fire and just the general look of it. But this is where you end up. You are on a hill overlooking this smog. There we go. There was smog and fog covering the city. So Arya, this is the background for now. If you can change it. Okay.
What a dump.
What a dump. Ugh.
Where's the nature?
There is no nature. There is only forgery.
There's only industry.
Industry. Anyway.
Glenn does look a little uncomfortable without there being anything green nearby.
All right. So, making your way towards the outer entrances of Tovo, you are actually stopped by two guards at the entrance. There was, before you could get in, there was this roughly maybe 20, 25-foot wall that was constructed out of some kind of white stone. You can tell that it was expertly crafted because each stone is perfectly aligned with the next and the ones above them as well to make this mighty, this mighty wall. Some might even call it a great wall. And at one of the openings to this wall, there's two giant doors with guards, guards in front of them, stopping anyone from coming inside, or at least being kind of like, yeah. So these two guards stop you and Master Balthazar, and they essentially go like, halt. As they cross, they do that stereotypical soldiers thing where like they cross their like halberds with each other to make like an X. They do that thing, and the other one that didn't say halt responds with, "What is the nature of your business for entering Tovo?" Master Balthazar speaks up with, "Please, sirs, we need to get the message out to." He's not Irish. Jesus Christ.
Failing.
He randomly starts spouting about Irish in the middle of messages.
Oh, Guinness, leprechauns, four-leaf clovers. You know what? Screw it. I don't care. I'm gonna say that Master Balthazar isn't the one that's talking. It's Robin, so that I can just do the fucking accent because I'm gonna slip into it anyway. So Robin speaks up and goes, please, sirs, you have to let us through. Jesus, now it feels a lot more natural. He responds, you'll have to let us through. We have to get the message out to the council. there's been a situation that's come up in Britain. A giant monster has been attacking, or has been sighted attacking. We need to get the message out to the council for assistance. The guards agree to let you in after they take a look at each other and just give each other a nod. They remove their halberds from being crossed and allow you passage. They even tell you how to get to where you're going to need to send the message. They say, near the center of town, you'll find the post office. There, you'll be able to send out your message. For your sake and everyone else's sake, Lord have mercy on the souls of the damned in Bryn. And they allow you through. So, actually, I got a question. Is little Timmy still on Sky's back? Extra! Sky?
Absolutely.
Little
He's the party mascot.
Little Timmy has become Sky's familiar.
I'll say he passed it.
Wonderful.
All right, so Sky, you still have little Timmy on your back. You all right with that? All right, fine. He's walking beside you, but since you were his kind of like comfort blanket for like when he was crying, he is unnaturally attached to you, and he's just kind of like walking beside you.
Are you my mummy?
Are you my mummy? No, this is not that Doctor Who episode with the gas mask.
Oh no.
Are you my mummy? And that other episode with the reference to that first episode with Tennant wearing the gas mask. No.
Yes.
No.
No.
All right, hold on. All right, guys, give me a real quick second or a minute because my dog wants to leave the room. Be right back.
Oh no. Oh no, now what?
Look, I know which one you mean.
Quick, everyone plot behind his back.
Glenn looks lost without a DM.
Oh, well, good for you. The DM's back.
Oh, okay.
We all regain a reason for existing.
All right. So, actually, Sky, as you all were entering the town, little Timmy pipes up and pulls a newspaper out of nowhere. No, mummy specifically, not just mother. Mummy. You're my mummy. He pulls out a newspaper from somewhere. You have no friggin' idea. But he pulls out a newspaper out of somewhere.
Newspaper space.
Yeah, newspaper. News
He pulls
space.
it out from behind his back.
Yeah, the hammer space from behind his back. Like, RPG characters have. You know those 103 cups that you're holding somehow in your person? Yeah, like Skyrim rules.
Oh, those clipboards.
Yeah. Anyway, he pulls out a newspaper from behind him, and it appears to be another one of those, another one of the papers that you actually bought, Glenn. He begins to say, extra, read all about it. Britain attacked by huge monstrosity. The city destroyed. Countless lives lost.
I look at my paper. It's updating on its own.
No, your paper doesn't update.
What?
No. Yeah.
I should have paid for the...
You should have paid for, you should have paid for a subscription, for 3 months, 6 months, or the whole year.
You buy a subscription newspaper and it just updates.
It just updates
every day.
It just updates every time he gives a story, and it just becomes like the headline news.
That could actually be a thing. Like magic.
Magic newspapers.
Yeah.
Magic newspaper. There you go.
They might be a bit more expensive, though.
Yeah, the subscription, like the paper itself is very cheap, but remember, you have to buy that every single day to know about it. However, if you have the yearly subscription, you'll get all the latest news all the time. So, maybe it might be good to give little Timmy a bit of an allowance.
But we're not even getting paid. How can we afford that?
Yeah, give us money. Can we start working for the newspaper company.
You don't even know how much it is.
The newspaper company is burned to the ground. We are the newspaper company.
You know where the real money is. Phone books.
You don't even know how much yearly subscription is. Jesus, guys. Anyway, so the guards give little Timmy a couple of odd stares once he somehow miraculously has a newspaper with him and he starts shouting that story. Yeah, little Timmy just kind of sees them staring and just kind of like, rolls the paper up into like a roll and just kind of slips it back into his jacket. And just kind of puts it away for now. He continues to walk beside Sky as she follows. So, making your way downtown. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Making your way downtown. Hold on, I'm grabbing something.
Okay, I think that works.
All right, so making your way towards the center of town, you do walk by a number of shops and little buildings that are stores. It appears that this place is more centered towards not just like general goods, but you do see a general store. However, the majority of the shops that you see appear to be more weapons and armors and like blacksmith, just in general, a lot of metalworking shops that seem to all trying to be in the same business of crafting the best armors, weapons, and all that. You can easily find a number of magic item shops that have like rings or like armors or other things just on them, like on big billboards that clearly label what they are and what they are selling.
Oh, what are they selling?
I don't know. You're gonna have to go shopping after you get done with sending off your letter.
Oh, we can't see anything on the billboards.
You can't. Wait, I just told you. You can see what they're selling.
So what are they selling?
I just told you they have rings, armors, weapons to indicate what they're selling.
Okay.
Pay attention, boy.
No,
I wanted specifics, but okay.
You see a shop that has a billboard with a bunch of rings on it. There, now you know what it's selling.
Okay.
You know what that one store is selling.
Hey, I wonder what that store is selling.
Vesper, you almost lost your feet for real.
Oh no.
Oh no. He needs those.
I need those.
Anyway, so you make your way towards where the guards pointed you at, near the post office in the center of town. You pass by a number of stores. They indicate what they're selling. I'm not telling you right now, but if you were to look, you could know what they are selling easily. Anyway, instead of the somewhat even mix of ungulates and human races, you actually see that this town has very few ungulates, at the very least that you could see immediately. This seems to be more of a town with humans and dwarves mainly, but you do spot the occasional, tiefling, the half-orcs here and there. You do see some more dragonborns as well, mainly in the blacksmiths because, fire. You do see just a few longma along with those dragonborns. See a few longma, a few cows. You see a shop named Colorado's Blues. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
And Bow's ice cream.
Yeah, and Bow's ice cream. You also see Owl's Pizzeria. No, I'm kidding. You see none of those shops.
Oh.
No, because I'm not having another reference to Fate of Phonum in my campaign.
Oh no.
Longhorn
You gotta
Khan's already got that covered.
Crossover everything.
You see
No crossover everything.
something Sandy's something.
Sandy's more.
Sandy's morgue. Oh no.
Sandy's.
Welcome to Sandy's morgue. You kill him, we grill him.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Little did you know that it was run by Longwa, who are Chinese, who cook certain things.
Your loss is our sauce.
Jesus, that's too real. Too brutal, man. Jesus.
Anything involving Sandy is too real.
Yeah, down. You get inspiration. Good for you.
Ew.
Yeah, feel bad about having that inspiration.
Make sure you put a mark next to it with a note to yourself.
I'll put a little star.
All
It's called
right.
an asterisk.
Fine.
So, no, but you do see a few towns. You see a McRonald's. You see some armories, but not a lot. Or not a lot that are very distinguishable. A lot of them just kind of seem to copy each other, but with small differences. Eventually, you do make your way towards the center of town, where it appears it is. The city is built almost like a circle. You remember Attack on Titan, where it's like a giant circle with another circle in the middle of it, and then another circle in the middle of that. It appears that is the structure of this city. Wait, hold on. Wasn't No. Okay, I was about to say, wasn't Ba Sing Se from Avatar also the same way? But I remember they just had one city or one circle.
That was the city with the rock slides, right?
The rock.
They were slides.
Slides. The rock.
They were
slides.
slides.
Yeah, essentially. Oh, there were. Oh, well. Whatever. You get the point. It's a circle. The wall that's like the outside and the first area, and then another wall between that area and another one, and then finally the center. So it took you quite a while to get there, and two more pairs of guards stopped you before you could finally get to the middle where you needed to be. In the middle, you saw this tall outpost the building appears to be very tall, but it appears to be more like 2 stories tall, with a small kind of tower-looking thing near the top. It appears to have multiple holes in them with a number of birds flying in and out of there. Messenger pigeons!
Those look like messenger pigeons.
Hey, look, it's my cousin Gary. Hey, Gary, yo, what's up? How's the wife, fam? She aight. Was chilling. Oh, just this sword. It was Arya's cousin.